There's the old seat, 2002 Selle Italia, a great seat. It's done me good work over the years, but by today's standards, probably a little heavy, and it could be even better. New seat. See, same basic design, but we have a bigger hole in the middle, and that hole works by my experience. I don't like numbnuts. All I need is a little bit of very dense kind of foam padding where my bones sit, and the rest is taken care of by that carbon fiber seat post. And in this case, what I had is like some kind of magnesium rails. The new one has titanium rails, which should be more comfortable. Take a little bit more flexible, a lot lighter in weight too, probably half the weight. I'll scale these out in a moment just to see the difference. Before I go and do the weight, I can already feel just by pulling the old one off that it's a lot heavier. I just want to review though the way this seat is mounted now that you can see the seat post top up. Now, I've had single bolt ones that had kind of a rocker with some sort of notches on it that would keep it in place, but I much prefer having the rails tied down by two bolts because both bolts become the adjustment. One is tighter than the other, and how they tighten and which one's tighter than the other gets the tilt and everything, and there's no way that the seat post will move around. It's just rock solid. I don't want my seat to go out of adjustment if I jump on it or something like that. I want to stay right there, and this does it. This is with a very nice all carbon with a, I like also an what's called an offset, not have it straight over, because a little bit of shock, you know, it bends it back a little bit, and you have a little bit of a kind of a suspension action. Okay, after I weighed everything and I mounted the seat, I came back, found the video gone. So this is kind of a backup video in between. Gives you the number. I scaled this out. We came up with these numbers here for the old versus the new, of course, which I carefully wrote down. Old has 290 grams. New has 181 grams, which is actually about like 14 grams lighter than it said on the package, which is really cool. So I have a total of 109 grams light savings with the new seat, or about 1/4 of a pound. Isn't that cool? Okay, I've got the new seat on. Looks super cool, doesn't it? Now, I need to adjust it. I've got it mounted correctly. I have to be careful to stay within some arrows that on the seat rail that the manufacturer doesn't want me to violate under there. But basically the biggest problem now is I want this to be extremely flat. So since I'm on the mount, I can't really tell where I am. So I'm going to take it off and the bike off the stand, and I'm taking a level. I notice my level's a little hokey here because this actually doesn't quite fit the saddle. But I'm looking at that center one and thinking, oh, it looks like I need to raise the back of it up just a little bit, and that way it'll be level. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm pretty perfectionistic. There's big disadvantages to having your seat either pointed up in the front. It's kind of hard on the crotch, especially when you're in the drops, and if you have it back like that, then you're sliding off your seat and using your arms to hold you, you know, onto the seat. Neither of which is good. You want to sit, you know, just sit on the seat and have a perfect balance. Okay, there we go. We've got the leveled out, and I had to make sure that the tires were on the ground on both sides, and that the bike was not otherwise unlevel before I finish this job off. But you can see now we've got a beautiful seat. This should be a lot more comfortable for those long rides.